Yeah, I'm Timinodi Okpoya. I'm from Bayelsa State. My local government is Pukuma. I was born here in Lagos. I'm the coach of DRV, the Real Victorious Football Club of Lagos. This is my story. Yeah, I was born in the family of 12. I'm number 6. My father is Navy Okpoya. My mother is Timinodi Okpoya. My father is an ex-military officer. I was born at Ajegunle, number 40 Oboanko Street, where we have a lot of youth where football is being made. That was how I started my football career. We were playing the street. As a footballer in Ajegunle, we are used to all kind of sport. We're into football, long jump, table tennis, all kind of sport. We are used to it. And I attend Army Children's School at, they call it Malu Road, which is now Mobi Road. That was where I started my primary school, from class primary 1 to 6. From there, and I moved to Tolu Unity Secondary School, where I was there from class 1 to class 3. And I was a member of my football team. At the age of 12, I was playing for my school team. I started playing for my school team. I was one of the best players in my team. We had a player, myself and Ajegunle. We were the 2 key players in the team. So I played all from class 1 to class 3, and I moved to St. Finbar's College. I was discovered by a player called Benson Najigevi. He's late now. He was a former student of St. Finbar's College. So he was the one that discovered myself and Ajegunle. We now moved to St. Finbar's College. Because I was in class 3, so we now switched over to St. Finbar's College. We started from class 3. When we got there, we did screening and I was picked among the new players. So I was enrolled into the football team and the school. So that year, those of us that were in the junior class, my coach was the late Mike Malagu was my coach. Because in St. Finbar's they produced a lot of footballers, good footballers. So he was my coach. So when he saw me play, he said, "How old are you?" I told him my age. He said, "Are you sure it's your age?" I said, because he was surprised when I told him my age. I was the smallest in the team. We had players like Demola Fetuga, Taiwo Negwa, Nelson Eze. He's also a member of the 1987 Golden Eaglet. Himself and Taiwo Negwa and Demola Fetuga, those were in the team. All of a sudden, I was playing ahead of some of these big players in the team. I was playing the midfield then, because I'm used to, I can play in every area in the field of play except the defense. I don't play in the defense. I can play from the midfield, attack from the side, because that was how I was not sure when I was playing. Let me go back to the beginning, how I started. When we are in Ajegunle, we normally play in the morning, afternoon, even in the night, we play in the night. Because the night period, the road is free. There was nobody moving around. So we had some big players in my street. We have somebody like Patrick Udo. I was a member of the Flying Eagles 1983. We have Peter Neketin. Also in my street. We have a lot of players in my street. Then the next street we have Samson Siasia, stays at Brameifa. We have somebody like Felix Amatare, is also an ex-Sharks player. He's living at number 38, very close to my house. So we normally come out, we train together. So there was one particular day in the night, we all came out. We had this normal game. So we were playing, and Pachukuda was preparing for his final year exam. So he saw me playing among this, because I was the smallest. He saw me playing among these big players and the way I was playing. So he was interested in me. He said, I like the way you are playing. There's a team in the National Stadium. They call it Greater Tomorrow. He said, I will take you there because it's like your game is more than what I saw here. So I'd like you to go there and start. So one morning he came to my house and he told my dad, because my dad is used to football, he loves football. My family is a football family. My elder brother is Timi Okpoya. He's also a footballer, he's a defender. And the second born, AB Okpoya, is also a footballer. The fifth born, because we have two girls before him, is also a footballer. Ibarakmo is late now. He's also a footballer. Then myself, I'm also a footballer. So we always come together, we play together. So that was how I was picked from Ajegunle. So Pachukuda came to my house and then discussed with my dad that he saw me play and he's interested in me, that he wants me to join Greater Tomorrow at the National Stadium. So I went with him, and now he introduced me to the coach. The coach is one Kwara man like that, but I've forgotten his name. But there we have a lot of players, talented players. We have players like Ibe Johnson. We have players like Akim Ogunlade, Moshood Ajide. We have the younger brother. He plays with Jesus Berger. I've forgotten his name. That one plays with Jesus Berger. We have a lot of players. We have the captain of the team was Femi Ganyu Ajide. Yeah, we have Ganyu Ajide. We have Femi Adegori is in UK now. We have a player like Femi Olukomi, also played in that team. We have player like Eyumi Dada, is now a pastor. He's in I think Switzerland. Yeah, so we have a lot of players like that. Even a player like Olumide Harris too was in that team. So we have a lot of players in that team. Normally, if there's any international match at the National Stadium, we normally come out to play as we normally come there for the opening game, just to entertain the fans. They will bring us, we entertain the fans before teams like Abiola Babes, Bender Insurance, we play. So that's how I started. I was with them for some few months, but the coach was just too harsh on me. Every time I keep on complaining. So I just decided to let go. So all of a sudden, the team, they had problem. So they had to split into two, which the other side, they moved to this side, this other side. So both teams now, they were after me. This team wanted me to play for them, the other team wanted me to play. So I was somehow confused. I don't know which team to play. So the captain was Femi Adegori. This guy will leave all the way from Surulere and come to my father's house. Then we are no more at Ajegunle because my father later retired from the military. Was working with the NNPC, so they gave us a new apartment there for him to, he was the chief security then. So they brought us to Okota. There's an estate, an NNPC estate. So we moved down from Ajegunle to Okota. So that was where we were living. So this guy will come all the way from Surulere. Very early in the morning, we come and stand outside our gate. We call him, Timi. My father will drive him. Every morning, this boy keep coming. At times, if my father is not around, we talk with me, say, please, I want you to play for my team. I know you're a good player, you can play with us. So just like that, all of a sudden, I didn't join the team again. I now moved to Moshood Ajide. That's the elder brother of Ganyu Ajide. He's the captain of the other team. So we are preparing for They said they want to travel to America for a tournament. So I was with them, myself, Ganyu Ajide. We have one journalist there, they call him Joe Audu. He was a member of that team. So we had a coach, and the coach was one elderly man like that, Coach Olu. He was one time coach of Amicable Insurance. So when I was in school, he brought me into the team. Myself, Sunday Olise, and Chochi Olise were together with him. So that was how I started. I was playing for that team. They call it Jidoze. The owner of the club is a businessman. So they named the team Jidoze Football Club. So we did screening, we prepared, we are about 8. We are more than 18. So they picked 18 players. Olise was in that team. We went to the embassy, they gave us visa. We were supposed to travel then, but something along the line, something happened, so we didn't travel. So I went back to school. So that was how I started playing for my school. I played for my school, the junior team, when I was in class 3. I played for St. Finbar's. We lost in the semi-final against one school like that, Onikon, where I was the top scorer in the tournament. I scored about 9 goals. So we lost in the semi-final. So after then, they now brought me to the main team. We were preparing for Principal Cup. That was 1986 Principal Cup. I was in that team. We have a lot of players, very good player. We have a goalkeeper, they call him Basi. He's an Ajegunle boy too. The reserve goalkeeper too was an Ajegunle boy. Adolphus Ijoma was the reserve goalkeeper. We have Charles Ajigevi. That's the younger brother to the guy that took me to St. Finbar's. He was our right back. We have another player from Eagle Club, Eagle Oil. That's a football team, because my school coach was coaching with them. So we have some of our players are from that team and they're in the school. But then I had no club. I was only playing grassroots football. But some of these guys are playing for club side. Because we have a team, we have the National League then, we have the LAFA League. So the National League and the LAFA League was on then, very tough. The LAFA League was like a professional league, very tough. Because then we have a LAFA League, we have a Badagry League, we have a Ikeja League. So most of these players are from different leagues. So but then I was just playing grassroots football and then playing for my school. But if you watch out, in my school team, all these players, all of them are involved in one club or the other, collecting salary. But I was not in any of this thing. I was still playing a grassroots football. So Ajide and Akim Ogulade, they told me that the way you are playing, there's one team at Victoria Island, Air Football Club. You can come and join us. We are in that team already. We want you to come and play with us. I said, okay. They told me, they talked with the coach. The coach invited me, so I went there. I trained with them. The first day the coach saw me play, he was impressed. Say, you mean you don't have any club? I said, yes. Can you tell me that you don't have a club and you are playing like this? I said, I don't have a club. I'm saying the truth. That very day they signed me. They were playing in the 3rd division then. That was how I signed for the club. I played for my school. I was among the selected one. We had screening and I was picked among the players that was to represent the school. So I represent my school. We played the first game. I scored the first goal. We played against one school. I've forgotten the name because it's been long. I scored in the first game. We won. The second game again, I scored. That was how I started scoring for my school until we get to the semi-final against St. Gregory's. That match we won 1-0, but I was injured in that match. So the final I was not involved. So they now brought in Fetuga, because I was playing ahead of Fetuga then. So they brought in Fetuga to take over my position. So we played against Igbobi College. Then Igbobi College had a lot of good players, and these players, they're all playing in the National League. They have their goalkeeper was Anthony Donwa. They have keeper like Dosu Joseph. They have a player like there's one guy we used to call him Mala, very big central defender. Himself and Uyubu reappearing. They have players like Charles Imogime. A lot of them. If you look at their team, it's like a national team. So we played that final and we won. So that was how I started my career as a professional player. So from there we represent Lagos State in the school sport in Minna. That was in 1986. That was my first time to go outside Lagos. That was my first time to go outside. So I told my dad, before then my dad, that's journalist I told you about, Joe Audu, started writing about me, and my dad saw my name. I think it should be Guardian then. It's a Guardian newspaper. Saw my name. They wrote about me. I was scoring goals for my school. So I said, how come? So you're playing for your school? I said, yes, I'm playing for my school team. So my father was impressed. Although my father knew I was playing, but he didn't know that I've gone up to that stage. So that was how I started playing. I traveled with my school to Minna. But when I get to Minna, because I've not traveled outside Lagos before, so when I traveled to Minna, the food there was somehow, I'm not used to eating outside. Even if I go to my family's house, we don't eat outside. So when I got there, there was a problem. I'm not used to the kind of food they give there, so that was disturbing me. So it really affected me during my playing too. We played our first game, we won. Second game, we won. We played up to the quarterfinal there, and we lost to Enugu State. That was how we came back to Lagos. So that was how I started my football career. From St. Finbar's, I was invited to the Lagos State Academicals. 97, because I finished school 1987. I played in the Principal Cup. We didn't make it that year, but I was selected to play to represent Lagos State. So we were called to come. About 13 of us were invited from my school. So we went to Uniko Stadium. We resumed training. Then we had a coach like Coach Obi was the head coach. We have Coach Stella. Malagu, my school coach too, was brought in. So these are the three coaches. We have a lot of players from different schools. We assembled at Uniko for the trial. Started playing friendly games, just like that. Then we played against ACB. Then ACB had a lot of players. And we have people like players like Erosu was there. We have this guy that played for the Flying Eagles too. 1989, South 89, is a left footer. I've forgotten, he has a very strong shot. I've forgotten the name of this guy. Too was in that squad. We played against them and we won that match. We won them 3-2. And believe me, I scored the last goal. It was a beautiful, Aloyago was in goal. There was a cross from the right wing. The ball came this way, and I shoot with my left leg back to the other side of the goal. So after the match, Stephen Abarowe, because when I was at Tolu, because he was living around that area, so he used to come there, watch us play. So he likes me too. So at times I would go to his place. I was still with him. By then he was playing with the National Bank, so he was in that team. So after the match, he just came to me and said to me, man, that goal was a beautiful goal. So every time we'll be laughing, I go say, look at you, look at that small boy that scored that kind of goal. So that was how I played for that team. I was able to make the team. We have players like Olise. So Olise too was in that camp. But luckily I was picked among the players to represent the state. I played from the first game to the last game. We went to Calabar. That was where we were drafted. We qualified from Calabar. From Calabar, we came back to Lagos, played the semi-final here in Lagos, and then we won the final against That should be Ondo State at the National Stadium. That was 1987. My goalkeeper was Dosun Joseph, was the first choice goalkeeper. We have Osan Emmanuel, who is the coach of Robo Queens. Now, he was our reserve goalkeeper. We have a player like Charles Ajegunle from St. Finbar's College, my colleague. We had Nelson Eze from St. Finbar's. He was in the defense with the guy I called Malam. He's the captain of the team from Ibobi College. Then we have one player again from one school in Ajegunle, Rafiu. He was playing the left back. We have Eyumi Dada, the one I told you is a pastor now. He's in Switzerland. He was in that team. Taiwo Negwa was in that team. Myself, we have a player like Sunday Lebare, who is also a coach in the Surulere Regional League. He was in that team. We have Tony Wigwe, plays for Wanyang National too. He was our striker there. When the flank, we have player like Jido Gutuashi was in that team. Ibe Johnson too was in that team. That was the set that won 1987 Manuel Adebayo Cup for Lagos State. So I was a member of that team too. That was how I started my career. So from there I moved to